Hey guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rift. So today we're back with a Caitlyn updated complete guide. So, haven't really played too much Caitlyn, but I started getting into Caitlyn again. And of course, we have a new build for you guys, and we have a new guide. But of course, before we get really into that, don't forget to check out her basic guide. I'll put up in the cards above for skill stepping order tips and tricks, as well as some combos. But without further ado, let's actually hop straight into it. So first up, we're gonna go with her items. So you can see, obviously, i.e., if we can help it, we don't want to build it. So with Caitlyn, we can go for the Gluttonous Greed's first item, AD and Omnivamp, and then we can go into the Energized build. So Storm Razor, first item for the, of course, we have the AD, the attack speed, the crit, as well as that extra bonus high damage auto attack. And then into the Magnetic Blaster, which of course synergizes very well with the Storm Razor being able to apply the Storm Razor's slow and damage onto the Magnetic Blaster's passive itself, which of course gives you the additional range, as well as the AoE static shift passive, on top of course giving you attack speed and crit. Then, of course, the last two items are interchangeable, where we have more Reminder for the Armor Pen and the Grievous Wounds, and of course we have Bloodthirster just for the amazing stats. You can swap this around. This is more ideal, but most of the time, at some point you are going to need their normal Reminder early, so you can swap these around depending on your needs. And the last item is going to be a defensive one. Generally, it's going to be Maw of Mordius because AP. And of course, you can go for other options such as the GA or the Starks as well. If you want even more damage, then of course you can go for Runans or even Bork if the enemy team is very, very tanky. So for the runes, we of course have Lethal Tempo to attack a lot faster. PTA is an option as well, but I think Lethal Tempo is better, just for those especially late game team fights. Then we have Brutal, of course, because you auto attack a lot as an ADC. Giant Slayer to shred the tanks. Alacrity just for more attack speed. Of course, you could go for Bloodline here as well, seeing as you already have a decent amount of attack speed from your runes and your items. And you have Bone Plating here for the defensive capabilities. And of course, for your summoner spells, you have Flash together with Ghost majority of the time. I think is better for the mobility. But of course, you can also go for Exhaust if there are multiple assassins that you cannot really kite, that you need to exhaust, which is what we did in the gameplay you're about to see here. So speaking of which, let's move on to the gameplay. Okay, so let's take a look at the Caitlyn gameplay. Before we get too much into it, of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any questions, queries, or remarks, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And as usual, of course, I will be sure to address them or drop a like. So with Caitlyn, she's a very, very lane dominant champion. Of course, her best supports are going to be Lux and Morgana in specific, because whenever they hit the root, you're going to be able to follow up with a trap into a full combo that I covered in the basic guide. But other than that, of course, Engagers and Enchanters all kind of work with Caitlyn. So here we're playing against a Samira and a Nami. So the key thing here is that Samira has trash range. You can see we're actually just smacking the Samira around because she has completely no range at all. Now I'm getting attacked by the enemy minions, and Samira actually dies to the Ignite of the Maokai. And yeah, so we just need to kind of take advantage of our range. Of course, Nami cannot really be bullied as easily as the Samira herself, but Samira is a incredibly horrible matchup into Caitlyn for the Samira, because Caitlyn has the longest range out of all champions, longest base range, and Samira has the second shortest base range out of all ADCs. The only one who has less is Neela, who basically is a melee champion, so essentially she has the lowest range of a ranged ADC. So you can see here that I'm just gonna maintain my distance. Here the Maokai goes in onto the Nami. We're gonna get the kill onto the Nami. Samira is heavy coming onto me. I'm gonna exhaust her. I'm gonna move away, and I'm gonna get the kill on her. Surprisingly, she actually almost kills me, which I did not really expect, but thankfully we actually survive. And we're gonna be able to clear up these minions and back and get a huge power spike after getting those two kills. So Caitlyn is really similar to Tristana in the sense that she has a very strong early game and a pretty strong late game, but she has a mid game power trough. And the only way to avoid that is if you snowball in the early game and if you get a bunch of kills and you have like an item advantage over the enemy champions. Obviously, with an item advantage, you're not going to feel any kind of mid game power trough. But if you're even or behind, you're going to feel a bit of power trough. So in an ideal world on Caitlyn, you want to get a lead in lane. And by lead, I mean like a huge lead, like 3 kills kind of lead. Get, faster items, things like that. Samira once again steps up, eats a bunch of damage from myself and Maokai. But nice disengage from the Nami with that bubble to prevent us from continuing on the chase. Now here the wave is in a really beautiful position for me, where Samira basically cannot access the wave at all. If she does, she's going to get engaged on by Maokai and she's going to die. She knows it, so she's stepping far away. However, the Nami still gets engaged on, nearly actually dies there, but again another good disengaging bubble to prevent herself from dying. Now I'm still blasting her, even so. Viego actually now comes in. Maokai launches the ult to delay their progress. Viego ults in on me. I'm able to kill Samira through the Viego. I flash away from him, dodge the Viego W, and we kill him as well. Now Nami, in the meantime, also has died, you know, behind the scenes to Maokai, and yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, imagine getting ganked by the enemy jungle and killing all three of them. It does happen, but rarely. This is one of those kind of cases where they play it so bad, / you play it so good, that you literally win against them 2v3, and the game's kind of over for them at that point. Viego dies, Samira dies, Nami dies as well, and like at this point I have like double of Samira's gold, literally, and it's kind of tragic, you know, for them. I mean, Samira has less gold than her own support, so yeah, it's not looking too good. And if you look at the other side of the map, Pantheon is crushing the Mundo as well, who has about the same goal as the Samira, who is getting engaged on by the Maokai again. Nautilus has a kill, about the same goal as Viego, and we have a 500 gold lead from Diana against the Zed. So we're winning all across the map, not just me, of course, I'm winning the hardest, but we're winning all across the map at this point in time. So really rough for the enemy team. Flash in from the Maokai as we get a notification from the iPhone about our data. And here, yeah, the Diana and the Nautilus hardcore commits, and Diana picks up both kills but dies to the tower as a result. I think we could have been a little bit more patient with that one to wait for the wave to go in, and we could have gotten 2 free kills without anyone dying, but Diana gets a little bit impatient and gets the kills for herself, but does pay the price with her life. So here we get a couple tower plays we're going to reset. Now honestly, Zed could have cancelled my base here if he actually launched the shurikens in the bush, so thankfully he didn't, because I wouldn't want to deal with a Zed ulting me. You know, even being as fit as I am still a squishy ADC, and I think Zed kills me if he hits everything on me there. Although there might be a possibility he doesn't, because he doesn't have any boots. He only has like 1 serrated dirt and a couple of other item components. But anyways, Samira here in trouble again. Does get the ulti, but who cares? We're just gonna kill her. She's only worth 150 gold at this point. Nami gets bounced out of the tower, and then I'm gonna ult her. She actually has the full gold because she actually got a kill, so her bounty actually resets, and we actually get 300 gold from the Nami. Nami's worth double of Samira's gold on that kill, by the way. So yeah, obviously you know, no one is at Dragon, so we're gonna just go for the tower instead. We get vision on the Dragon. We have multiple people contesting the Herald on the opposite on the map, other than the Mimic, I guess you could call it. But we are just gonna secure this first tower of the game, like so. Which also does diminish the power of the Mimics by a little bit, because the Mimics will actually help you get the first tower if people coordinate on using the Mimics. Now here, Maokai channeling Hex Flash, I'm waiting to see if there's an opportunity. Samira actually just face checks the bush, and obviously that's going to mean that she's going to be in trouble, but she's able to actually run away into the bush and escape, which is of course a little bit unfortunate, but again, we're not going to commit flash or exhaust for her because she's only worth like 100 plus gold at this point. It's really not worth it. So here, Nami's now getting run down by us. I'm gonna actually ult here for the assist. Maokai gets the kill there. Maokai, if he didn't attack, I could have gotten the kill as well. But either way, it kind of works out. Zed tries to go in 1v4. Does get the kill onto the Nautilus for his efforts, but obviously not a worthwhile trade. He gets a kill and a death. Not really a good deal. So here, we're going to 1v1 this Samira. We still have both flash and exhaust, and we're also 6-0 and 6, so there's no way we lose this. She actually tries to ult me down, and she actually comes kind of close to actually killing me, but during that ult itself, I pretty much realized that she's not going to kill me, so I did not choose the flash or exhaust. I still have both my summoner spells up. I am pretty low though, so I am a little bit cautious. We can see Nami coming down here, and Nami, like, flash W auto probably is going to kill me, so I'm actually backing all the way off. I actually get the fruit. Nami gets baited in and gets engaged on my Maokai. Obviously, we know she's dead, so down she goes, now worth 250 gold. But yeah, so here we're going to back. You know, we're going to buy. We can get, of course, an entire magnetic blaster at this point with all of that gold we've been getting. 8-0 and 6 now for myself. And 7.5k gold in my pocket. My Diana is so fed that she actually has about 7k gold as well. But on the enemy team, the most fed member is Zed at 5k gold. So we have a 2k gold lead against the most fed member of the enemy team. And we're in a really, really nice spot. So Maokai comes in with the ult here looking for an opportunity. Goes in onto the Nami. I'm taking Tire Aggro, so I have to walk out a little bit. Nami takes a bunch of damage from me, and then Diana goes in to finish the job. So Nala's pinging on his way. He wants to go for the Samira. Unfortunately, I kind of didn't see Maokai there, and I blast planted him in the wrong direction. Samira tries to flash away, but he gets caught. Now Maokai is getting into a fight himself. Diana gets a good ult off onto the Viego. I actually managed to secure the last hit and get the kill there, which is ends up being a little bit of a KS, not gonna lie. But yeah, I was just trying to get some damage down onto any of them, and yeah, we just burst them down. So here, with multiple members of the enemy team dead, we can actually just push in the mid wave and she siege onto this tower. I have my headshot ready, headshotting the tower. Mundo running straight at us, so we're just gonna free hit on him and the Nami in the backline as well. We're gonna make sure we put Nami low to try to dissuade her from coming anywhere close. We basically kill Mundo as a 5-man stack. And we're gonna just go for the tower next. Nice zoning out from the Maokai to prevent any enemy from daring to walk anywhere close to us. So we get that. We do have waves pushing in the other two side lanes as well. Now here it's kind of troll because Maokai and Nautilus get blast planted into the enemy base, and Maokai dies to the Nami because that gives the shutdown over. However, I'm gonna get revenge by ulting the Nami and picking up the kill onto her. Does reset Nami's bounty once again though, so I guess it's kind of good for me. But yeah, Nautilus with a huge troll blast plant there to put himself and Maokai into harm's way. And he himself has to expend his flash to flash out of danger. Maokai tries to run me down. Not Maokai. Mundo tries to run me down here, but I have a team and I also have a lot of damage, so that's not going to happen. I'm 12-0 and 10 at this point. I'm a little bit away from completing my item, I believe. So here I'm actually just trying to find some gold somewhere, I guess. Or maybe I'm just trying to take the red buff, but there isn't actually a red buff share. So yeah, I'm just wasting my own time. So yeah. Yeah, not quite enough to get the item. Really, really close to getting the item, but not quite there yet. So I'm trying to find some farm somewhere so I can get the item. I'm just going to pick up the red buff. Honestly, my Nautilus doesn't actually really need red buff all that much. So I'm not going to bother waiting for him. We're just going to quickly grab this. And yeah, Diana's a little bit busy dying up there deep in the enemy jungle for some reason. And of course, we don't really have a lot of vision on the enemy team, so we want to be a little bit cautious. We're trying to grab that last bit of gold we need. Pantheon goes in for the engage onto the Mundo. We're running him down. He pops the ulti. I have the anti-heal. I pop the ulti, but his Gargoyles absorbs it, but the Pantheon Spear does finish the job. And now with that, we have enough gold to complete the Mole Reminder, which is what we're going to get here. Now, the main reason we're actually going for Mole Reminder instead of just straight up going for the actual Bloodthirster is because Mundo is really hard to kill, and we kind of need that anti-heal and the armor penetration. We also have healing from Nami, so overall, decent amount of value from the Mole Reminder here, and I really think I need it to kill Mundo. Without it, Mundo is kind of unkillable to me, and I guess my team as well. I don't really see anyone on my team killing Mundo except for me with my damage, my DPS, I guess you could say. So here, enemy team is getting kept busy by my team, so I'm just going to push in the side lane. Like, no one's going to stop me here. I'm just going to keep on pushing and grab this tower if I can. Now, of course, objectives like towers are really important. So fight breaks out here. I run straight into a Nami wave and a Comet as well. But it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to attack from the back line. 100 gold from the kill on Samira. Pretty much almost as much as the cannon minions gold at this point. Samira 0, 9, and 2. Here, Zed goes in a little bit too far. And now Mundo is going to make the same mistake. I'm running him down. I try to flash forward to get the kill on him. However, I mean, number 1 is not worth even if I got the kill because he's 1 and 8. Even if and I didn't even get the kill. But yeah, I tried everything. I ult him. I finally get the kill on him because no one wants to block for him. And yeah, so we want to start getting these inhips so we can start getting these super minions to try to end the game. So we're going to grab this inhib. And yeah, Samira tries to go in against all of us. I'm not sure what the plan is there. She's just going to get run down. She dies. And yeah, we're going to clear out the mid wave as well. And at this point, we can pretty much try to go for the end. There is the Nexus shield there, but the enemies are all going in one by one and dying one by one. So there's really not a lot of people to defend the Nexus. We're just going to team up and get rid of the Nexus shield, and then after it finish the game itself. Now we are getting zoned away by the respawning enemy team, so we might not be able to actually end the game. we might have to actually back off. However, we do end up getting a lot of damage in on all the enemy champions, and I'm just going to end the game with my range auto attacks. So I'm going to leave you guys with the stats as usual. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and goodbye.